Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of the Switch It Up Show. My name is Glenn, and I myself will be your host today as we explore some of the awesome games that are usually featured on the Nintendo Switch. But of course, Switch It Up Show starts off normally Switch games, Nintendo. It's still our main focus, but every once in a while we like to switch it up. And we are going to switch it up today because today's game I actually played on the PS5, although I assure you it is doing well and quite alive over on the Nintendo eShop. But before we go ahead and roll into that review, let's roll along with these sweet, sweet beats. Anamanaguchi, ladies and gentlemen, awesome music. Make sure you check out the show notes so you can find their page over on SoundCloud. Now, the music that's going through your ears right now is the soundtrack to the awesome game that I was very fortunate enough to be able to play thanks to our great friends over at P-Cube, and that game is Evergate. This is available right now on the Nintendo eShop as well as PSN. It is $9.99 on the eShop, and this thing is a great time. You might have actually seen this if you're, exploring some of the newest releases over on the PS5, because I feel like you don't see there's definitely physical releases coming out for that console, but they're a little more few and far between compared to like the Switch, which is always getting all types of different releases. The physical releases for the PS5 are just a little bit more rare, shall we say. So this game is also available physical on PS5. I believe it's $29. So let me go ahead and hit you with a little bit of the synopsis from the eShop. Ignite your soul flame, wield your soul flame, unleash extraordinary powers, and dive into the touching story of two kindred spirits. Guide the childlike soul key on a journey through the beautiful and haunting afterlife in this unique 2D puzzle platformer. It features the soul flame mechanic. Slow down time, take aim, and unleash the mysterious power hidden within every crystal you encounter with the unique soul flame mechanic. Hit multiple crystals at once and experiment with how their energies combined. Reveal the memories of a life left behind. Move across time and space and uncover Key's mysterious connection to another soul. Collect essence, unlock artifacts, rise to the challenge and collect essence by completing challenges on every level. Use them to unlock ancient artifacts and boost Key's abilities. It features a dreamlike art style, a gorgeous environmental backdrop paired with beautifully hand-drawn illustrations help bring Key and Evergate's environments to life. And as I'm sure you can tell, it features an enchanting soundtrack. Enjoy an elegantly orchestrated original soundtrack recorded by a live orchestra and tailor-made for each environment. Ladies and gentlemen, just take a listen for a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta say, I hate the term hauntingly beautiful, but I am definitely going to use it in terms of describing Evergate, its soundtrack, because it does such a good job at setting, the tone for these levels. As you're playing Key, you are, this soul, and you are going forth and on your mission, and you're doing these unique 2D puzzle platformers in these amazingly represented environments. Some things look like they're kind of like a mix between just a more surreal Sonic the Hedgehog. There are all types of levels that take place during day and nighttime, and the graphics are just so crisp and so unique. I feel like they really kind of stand out as something different, and the music just kind of gives you this overtone that just makes you feel connected to the game. It's just they kind of set up an emotional story, and they definitely tell it with the music. It sets the pace and the overall aura of the game very well. Now, the gameplay for this, basically, it is kind of like a 2D side scroller, but puzzle is very, very much an aspect of it. As you're going through and completing each level, you get this kind of like soul beam that is like your power, and you can use it and charge it up in order to collect different kind of gems that are placed around the level, and you can only shoot this beam at certain places, certain walls that are adorned with this white lined light. You kind of have to charge up your beam, aim it, and as you do this, you're also jumping, and you can hold down the jump button a little bit longer and you'll jump higher, but it is imperative that you hit these different emeralds, these different gems, in order to kind of propel yourself higher, because it is a platforming game at the end of the day, and you are going to need the little bit of a boost that each gem gives you as you target it and as it explodes from your soul beam. But there's only so many different gems, and you have to kind of notice that when you first enter a level, you can see where you can come in, and you can see the gate that you have to make it to in order to finish that level. And of course, on the way are scattered different gems for you to collect, and not just collect, but use in order to propel you from the beginning all the way to the end. And you need them in order to get there, but you have to be smart in how you use them, because if you go through and you kind of go, all willy-nilly, not really paying attention to which gems you're channeling your soul beam at, you're going to get rid of some gems that you're going to need in order to collect everything that's in the level. Now, you can probably make it through the entire level without collecting all the gems. You can definitely do that. But if you're anything like myself and Mr. Seth Trav, who is unfortunately not with us today because he is experiencing some technical difficulties, but I'm sure we'll be back very, very soon. If you're anything like us, you got to collect everything. You need to. And I have no problem spending extra time in any of these levels because, one, they are visually super impressive and the music is just so good. If there is any type of bundle that has this, on a vinyl soundtrack, I would definitely purchase it. You can purchase bundles with a soundtrack. They come with a digital version of it. So that is out there if you want it. And I recommend that you try this game out. Listen to the soundtrack. I'll link in the video description to P-Cube's YouTube. You can listen to a couple of the tracks that are on there. It's really, really, really good. I highly recommend that you check it out. And, this game, it just does such a good job at combining the things that you love about puzzles and also platforming, because, it's not just platforming, jumping from A to B. It's very, very important that you pay attention to your surroundings, look at the locations of the different gems that are out there, and kind of take in everything about the level, because you can complete it, but you can't necessarily complete it, 100% unless you pay attention and really kind of use your mind in order to progress through the level and progress through the story. This is a really, really neat game. When I first saw the cover art of this, I kind of thought it was a little bit more of a kid's game because, it's very whimsical in its presentation. And I mean that I kind of first thought that maybe it was kind of like a kiddie game for kids because it was so cute. But as you start to play it, it is whimsical in the best way. The graphics are awesome. The music is great. The gameplay is fun and not too challenging. Some parts are tricky. It's going to take you a little bit, but you can easily just press a button, hold it down for a few seconds, and restart it, and just pick up and try it again. And that's what I love about this. And because the music sets such a great tone, and the artwork and the graphics are so good, I have no problem playing again and going through and progressing and trying to get everything. This is definitely a game that keeps you wanting to play it over and over again. And for $9.99 on the Nintendo eShop, I feel it's a steal. And if you are interested in this and you have a PS5, I played it on the PS5. The graphics really, really, really pop. I'm sure it looks great on the Nintendo Switch, but if you have both consoles, or if you have a PS5, or you have a PlayStation, I'm sure it's going to look great on there as well. So definitely, if you have a PS5 and you're interested in the game, check it out because it looks beautiful and it plays great. Evergate is available now on the Nintendo eShop, on the PSN Store. It is $9.99, and I'm going to give this game a 4.5 out of 5. Thank you, as always, for tuning in to another episode of the Switch It Up Show. Mr. Seth Trav will be joining us in just a little while. By all means, please reach out to us over on Twitter at Switch It Up Show. Check out the links to our YouTube in the description below. And, if you didn't enjoy this episode, if you really, really much prefer that you need my partner in crime along with me, I know I do. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we have a huge back catalog of episodes, and you can always switch it up.